Subscriber asked me to do a quick video on how to install and use AppImage file. So I have a Xenial Pup 32-bit operating system running here, but we can go ahead and talk briefly regarding what AppImage file. AppImage is a single file that contains a complete application and all its dependencies. So it's supposed to run in all kinds of Linux machines, whether you have a Ubuntu or a Linux Mint or a puppylinux. But in fact, in puppylinux, because you're running everything as a root, sometimes the app images may not work properly. And if you do have any further problems, what you can do is go to the discussion forum here. How to run an app image in puppylinux is under the index of advanced topics, additional software, app images, and then thread is here. So you can ask that question in any particular app image file that you may be having difficulties with. So in contrast to a regular application you download from Puppy Package Manager, with a app image file, what you do is you generally download from Linux. And because most of the app image file seems to be geared toward 64-bit PCs. My choice today of showing you how to install an application is somewhat limited, but I do have a idea. So what we can do is look for an application that we can go ahead and see if we can demonstrate. System and tools. I think the etcher is in here, so we have to make sure that we search and limited it to 32-bit machines, and then see if you can oh, here's the etcher here, app image. So you can go ahead and click here, and then you download app image file of etcher, which is a small utility that I'll show you to very useful in writing a USB bootable disk from a file, ISO file in puppylinux, for example. So first thing you have to do is when you after you downloaded the app image file, is you have to make it executable. So we'll get into the terminal here, and here is the file. So you can see that here's the name of the file, but it is not executable. So executable, if you just click on this image, it won't do anything at all. So to be able to use it as the application, you have to make it executable. So we'll go ahead and give it a command of chmod +x, and then name of the file, in which case Balancer. Okay, so we'll go ahead and enter, and you can see the color change in a rocks filer. So and then we can check it again to see if it is executable. Now you can see there is a X executable within the group and the user and so on. So it is executable now. So after that, simply what you have to do is just click on it, and then program will launch. Here it is. So you this is the complete program. So you find the ISO file, then you write it on the USB. So now one of the disadvantages is that the app image file tends to have a very long name. And what you can do is you can just shorten it to whatever you would like, and then we'll just make it an etcher. App image. This is much easier to remember, and even if I change the name, it launches fine without any difficulty. So One of the so to be able to launch this program, one of the easier things you can do is just put it out on the as an icon on the desktop, and then you can go ahead and assign a keyboard command, for example, and let's say Control Shift and let's say E. Just Shift and E, so just a Shift and E. So now it works fine. So that's how generally you can use it. So if you like a clean a desktop like I do, one of the things that you can do is put the program in a usual location. In my case, I put these optional applications in OPT, so we can just drag it over. Lose the link because the main file has been moved, so we'll just go ahead and delete this for now. So now you can go ahead and like before, you can just click on it, or you can go ahead and use the OPT and then Etcher, ETCHER, and then tab, and then launch it this way. So there's yet another way of launching the program. It will not show up in the menu. That's one of the disadvantages of AppImage. You can go ahead and insert it into the menu, but it takes a while to go ahead and manually do all that work. So again, you can put it out on the as a desktop link like before. More elegant solution to starting launching the Etcher program, maybe just to put it as an alias in a .bashrc file. So if you add the alias Etcher small e Etcher equals the path to the AppImage file $& and X. And then what you can do is just simply open up a terminal and then just type in the alias Etcher. So Etcher, and then it should start the program. So I think that's a quick summary of how to use the AppImage file and how to configure it so you can launch the program easily.